Hello. Hello, tis I'm here. I'll be going through some HIVESWAP FRIENDSIM. Got like a few more characters to go through. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go through that, and then I'll be able to start HIVESWAP Act 2. So I said I'd start it after this. Hopefully Act 3 doesn't come out too soon in a kind of an evil way, I guess. I'd like to start HIVESWAP Act 3 when that comes out. I would, and it's evil of me to want it to come out later. What? Yeah. I'm just gonna get through it. I have like a fair amount to go through. And it's also an off day, so I don't really I expect maybe a couple people to stop by, say hello, and that's about it. I know this isn't the normal Homestuckaroo. Boom. And then okay. Where'd I leave off at? I believe it was after Boulder and no, it was after these two. The cleaning lady and then the dwarf troll? No. Runt troll guy? The weird one. Around these two. Volume 15 of Creatives, Conventional or Otherwise. You walk with a purpose. Oh. You don't really have a purpose, aside from friendship, of course. But you know these streets pretty well by this point, so you can at least strut like you've got one. Diary of the Wimpy Kid. That's pretty good. They still make Diary of the Wimpy Kid books? Fuck, probably. Oh, I didn't read his name. No, I was too enthralled by Diary of the Wimpy Kid. Actually, you know what? You think you've had it up to here with friendship. You're sure you're sure you'll be back on your regular friend making bullshit later. But today's just one of those days. A curl up under the blanket with your favorite show sort of day. A leave your phone on silent and say nothing to no one sort of day. And honestly, you've watched a friend almost die of poisoning and gazing upon the juggalo afterlife. You think you've more than earned a day or night, rather, of respite like this. Hello, 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 hello. Two hellos for each, I think. That's what I added up to. Oh, welcome. Hello on the Tuesday. It was weird being live on Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? Yeah, I'm not that off. So, just for today, you turn your back on this new swath of Alternian City you were considering walking through and head back to ye old hideout. No explorations now, only bed. Oh, oh, shit. You drag yourself up the scaffolding to your hidey hole. More than anything, more than binging on media or relaxing amidst peace and quiet, you want to take a nice long nap. Oh wait, do I got things turned on right now? I do. I don't think I need that turned on for the moment. I don't think my background's that loud, like normal. Yeah. So you spill yourself into the little pile of bedding, pillows, and various pieces of clothing you've managed to throw together and settle in. As soon as your body touches it, you're out like a light. But it isn't very long until you're awake again, and not because your body is rousing itself after sufficient slumber, but because of a persistent scrabbling sound. A persistent scrabbling sound that's followed by a loud thunk. Typically, that wouldn't be enough to get you up. You're a pretty heavy sleeper, but the noise is accompanied by the nagging sensation that whatever is making the noise is in the room with you, and that has you bolting upright. You must have woken up in the middle of your REM cycle because you feel like a mummy rising out of the crypt. Is it really? Is this real life, or is this just fantasy? Your brain struggles to make sense of your surroundings through the fog of residual sleepiness that still settled over you as you stumble to your feet. Eventually, you're able to discern that the noise is coming from behind and above you, around where the ceiling is. What the hell? Is there a raccoon crawling in the vents? Does Alternia even have raccoons? If it does, you're pretty sure you wouldn't want to meet one. But you can't exactly leave it in your living space either. You get up to investigate. The noise isn't coming from the ceiling like you thought, but from a platform that's been shoved unceremoniously to the very back of the watchtower. There's a large object in front of it that wasn't there before, a giant, curved lens that could only have come from the hole that is now in the side of the platform structure. Maybe this was an old telescope or camera that the Condents once used for surveillance? The scrabbling continues. It's coming from within the structure. You're not eager for whatever it is in there to come jumping out as come out to come jumping out at you as soon as you stick your head inside, but you steel your nerves and hoist yourself up. You find yourself face to face with not some weird animal or bug, but a troll. This is a bona fide friend opportunity. It has practically fallen in your lap, but you find yourself unexpectedly ordinary about it. You would think that you could expect some privacy in your own home, or, well, the place you've adopted as your home in Alternia. Anyway, but apparently not. Even when you've decided that you aren't in a friending mood, there the universe goes, yeeting new friends into your path anyways. Can't you go a day on this planet without dancing the whole friendship jig? It quickly becomes obvious that this mysterious stranger isn't going to offer you anything more than enigmatic gazing into the middle distance. What exactly are they doing in your hideout, you ask? If they were thinking about moving in, they could have at least asked you first. You're the current occupant, after all. I don't want to move in. I already have a hive. I came up here for that. They point past you. You can only assume they're referring to the giant lens you'd seen on the floor. Well, if they've gotten what they'd come for, why are they still hanging out in the platform's innards like this? I'm stuck. And they didn't try calling for help? I didn't notice you. Wherever you came from. I didn't think anyone else was here. Would they perhaps like some help? Oh, 4 clicks that time. Maybe. As you hop down from the platform, you find your ire draining from you much like fresh juice from a pimple. It's difficult to stay angry upon witnessing what's possibly the most pathetic burglary attempt ever, and that's counting your little fiasco with your ship. After walking around to the other side of the platform, you can see the troll's booted legs sticking out from a gap in the structure. It looks much too narrow for anyone to crawl through, and yet that's exactly what they must have done in order to push the lens out from behind. You yell that you're going to try and pull them out. You hear a faint muttered, "Okay," and reach up to grab them around the waist, pulling hard. It takes a couple of tries, but with one last particularly hard tug, you're finally able to pull them free. They tumble down on top of you. Thanks for getting me unstuck and breaking my fall. You didn't really do that part on purpose, but you're glad they appreciated it, you guess. They seem pretty content to continue lying on top of you. Actually, but they're heavy, so you wriggle out from underneath them like an earwig from under a rock and clamber to your feet. You nod at the lens. That's what they want, huh? The troll sits up, crossing their leg. You can see them more clearly now that they aren't sequestered inside the platform, although their face is obscured a little by their shaggy hair and floppy, wide-brimmed hats. They look about as sleepy as you felt earlier, as sleepy as you're in danger of feeling again. In fact, their voice is slow and regular, like a metronome dunked in molasses, and almost threatens to send you right back to bed. Yeah. So, can I have it? You swear you can feel your friend making juices start circulating through your body again with a vengeance after their little sabbatical. You're not really sure what came over you before. Turned down the chance to making a new friend? You? Haha. Wow. Who kidnapped you and replaced you with a total stranger for a few hours there? You tell the troll of course they can have the lens. It's not like you're doing anything with it, or like it's even yours to begin with. It was just abandoned here along with the rest of this broken down tech. Curiously, you ask what they want it for. Are they building something? Perhaps they're an engineer of some sort. No. Climbing all the way up here. Just for some building material. Would be pretty dumb. I want to use it for... Damn. Art. Huh? You look at the lens again skeptically. It's a cool lens, you suppose, but it mostly looks like exactly what it is. A hunk of junk. They want to make art out of this? Their work must be pretty... weird. Yeah. The two of you alternate between looking at the lens and each other for a while. Usually over the course of making a new friend, they usually would have asked you to do something by now, or presented you with some sort of choice between two potential courses of action. Is there anything they'd like to do now that they've retrieved their art materials? 4. Guess it's all on you then. They probably want to take the lens back to their hive, right? I would, but I'm tired and hungry. Foraging for garbage takes a lot of energy, and I use the last of it to climbing up here. I don't think I'll be able to carry it by myself. They really didn't think this whole junk heist thing through very well, did they? But would you look at that? This is an excellent time to make a suggestion. Why not look for more easily portable trash? You can help carry it. 4 arms are better than 2. You do that? Make sure you're careful with it. Of course. You'll treat it with all the delicacy of an egg and in an egg and spoon race. I don't know what that is. Carrying it to the watchtower's entrance is easy enough. Maneuvering down the cliff face is more complicated. You manage by holding it between you as you navigate from foothold to foothold. When you reach the bottom, the troll looks like they're ready to sit down again right there in the brush. But you urge them on. resting in their hive will probably be much more comfortable. That's the wrong way. Sheepishly, you whirl back around from the random direction you were about to stride towards and follow them instead. With them leading the way and you bringing up the rear, the two of you shamble along the path with all the easy grace of two people in a horse costume. But you make it to your new companion's hive much quicker than you would have expected. And the insides of an egg are pretty delicate. They come to a stop in front of the entrance to a cave in another cliffside. If this is their place, it isn't very far from yours at all. You're surprised that you haven't run into them until now. They're practically a neighbor. I've seen you around before. You're pretty hard to miss. Really? They should have said hi and introduced themselves. The two of you could have been hanging out all this time. Didn't feel like it. Besides, I was busy. With more of this scavenging and art business, you guess. Oh well. You're getting to know each other now, which is what's important. Speaking of, you've been talking and walking along, and you haven't even exchanged names yet. How remiss of you. Usually you would have gotten introductions out of the way from the moment they broke into your hideouts, but it's been an odd sort of night. That's okay. I'm Sharon. Charon? Now come on. Let's go inside. They pull you in the lens forward. They didn't ask your name in return, but you managed to bumblingly introduce yourself as you lurch along into their hive. Oh. Oh shit. Oh yeah, hold on. Damn, I like this. This guy's cool. Shit. That's not the exit. That's not the entrance, I guess. That's somewhere else. That's not the exit. Not him, right? He had different horns. Is that just somebody chilling there? Fucking Cal, dude. Oh, you don't see Cal unless you... Okay, that's good. That's a good place to put him. Holy shit. Damn, this guy's... Unless he got Cal. That's a scary thing to have. Holy shit. At home on Earth, you had a thing about garages. About garages, you thought it was interesting to scope the sort of stuff people ended up accumulating. You've seen some real gems in your day, a collection of singing and dancing novelty plant figurines, a small army of Furbies without any fur, the beat-up remains of some kind of cat mascot costume. The inside of Charon's hive is as if every single weird garbage you've ever seen converged to exist simultaneously in the same cave, the platonic ideal of garages. Garage. It's hard to believe that someone lives here. If you look closer, though, you begin to notice homey comforts tucked among the metal junkyard scraps and broken furniture piled over the floors and all the way along the craggy cave walls. A Recupera raccoon sits on a ledge on one wall, and you think that's a kitchen cabinet wedged into another? So, what do you think? It's pretty cozy, you say, giving them a double thumbs up. The stalactites are a nice touch. Oh, shit. I meant about my art. Oh, the arts, of course. You cast around desperately, Turun's hive is such a jumble of miscellany that it's impossible for you to figure out which of it is art materials, which are finished artworks, and which are Turun's actual belongings. That's a pretty gnarly skull over there with leaves in the eye sockets. The angle at which that umbrella sticks out of that lawn chair is really compelling. You settle on a purple object in one corner that looks more like a traditional sculpture than a bunch of household items stuck together. Those curves that are amaranthine hue. Truly an inspiring piece. Is stream frozen for anyone else, or is it just me? Hello lag. Interesting. This my stream health is fine, unless YouTube's messing up. Charun looks at you strangely. That's just the load keeper. You don't know much about art, do you? Busted. No, you really don't. Ramella had taught you the importance of giving the people what they want, and Amnesia had taught you the importance of putting a tarp down before lopping off a head so paint doesn't get all over the floor. But you hadn't learned very much about actually creating art from them. As you gaze around the cave again, you find that you really want to understand. Clearly, this is something that's important to Charun. Otherwise, why would they spend the majority of their time on it? You too wish to experience the marvels of the creative process, if only there were a way for you to learn. Oh. If you want to that badly, you could make something out of what I've collected. Really? But they must have worked so hard to find all this. Is it really fine for you to just dick around with it? You're surprised to see Charun looks pleased at what you're saying. It's maybe the most expressive you've seen them since you've met. All art is dicking around. He doesn't even know what dicking around is. Does he? Would he? I don't know. Looks like you're already starting to get it. You smile proudly. And anyway, if you make something sucky, they shrug their shoulders. I can just take it apart again and reuse its separate components to make something else. Your smile flags a little. Where do you want to start? You rub your chin thoughtfully, wandering over to the lawn chair with the umbrella in it. A pile of fabric is stacked on top. You rifle through it until you find some colors you like. Then you walk across to the other side of Charun's hive, searching for other items you might be able to use. Charun doesn't offer much in terms of guidance aside from cautioning you away from a couple of objects that are actually finished artworks. Whoops. You end up with an armful of knickknacks that you put down in front of what is now a lamppost, but will soon be your canvas of choice. Then you get to work. The fabric you twirl all around the post. You tie the smaller objects, a snow globe, an old boot, a fancy Santa, hey, a fancy Santa, onto it with string. On top, you perch a rubber Walmart goose that makes a majestically horrible noise when pressed. As your art piece comes together under your hands, you take a few steps back every now and then to appraise it from further away, making adjustments whenever you find something you're not happy with. Finally, it's complete. You turn to ask Charun's opinion, newly flushed with pride and adrenaline from having successfully made a thing. They don't look very impressed. Your face falls. What's wrong? Did you use too much orange? Were the scattered luscious teeth a little too out there? Listen, you're overthinking this. Just do what feels right. You frown. Don't think at all then? Let your instincts drive you. Think a little is probably good. Thinking a little is probably good too. Okay, don't overthink it, but don't abandon rational thought altogether. Let your feelings guide you, but not completely. Pretty vague, but sure. We'll give it another shot. You strip the lamppost back down. This time you don't spend too long regarding it in all its nude metal glory. You begin working immediately, whipping around Charon's hive in a flurry of cave dust and determination, grabbing things as soon as you lay eyes on them. Oh my god. Damn. That's good. Charon looks more and more fascinated the longer you're at it. It's not long until their eyes are positively gleaming. Fuck, that's good. Soon, they're taking step after tentative step towards you, as if drawn to you by the sheer force of the artistic energies. They look like they might want to join in, actually. Is that okay? I see what you're going for, I think. Your vibe has got me all inspired. Of course, the more the merrier. You'd love to see what the two of you could create together. With a barely there smile, Charon plants a traffic cone at the base of the lamppost with great aplomb, and you're off. It's all a blur after that. The two of you move in unison, like you're co-piloting a Jaeger, except instead of a giant robot, you're steering a feverish, creativity-propelled fugue statue? State? Fugu state? Wow. I think we're almost done. You stand back from your newly forged pile of brick and brack, mopping the sweat from your brow. They're right. You're almost finished. Almost. You need to add the finishing touch, a piece de resistance. And you know just the thing. With great conviction, you pick up a box from the floor, tearing it open so its contents fall all over your sculpture. Oh no. My polysaturifer slats. What? A polysaturifer slats. You freeze. Were those cooking ingredients? You still got carried away. You start apologizing, but Charon is already waving your words away. It's fine. It looks better like this. Too good to waste. As food. Anyway, I can find other things to eat. You both regard your creation, heaving for breath. You're done. And as exhausted as you are, a wonderful calm settles over you as you admire the results of your hard work. It's beautiful. It really is. You don't know how because you don't think you'd actually done anything different compared to your first try. Maybe you just got lucky. But regardless of exactly how it came about, this is one of the most bizarrely sublime things you think you've ever laid eyes on in your life. And the longer you stare at it, the more layers and depth reveal themselves to you, like the petals of a newly bloomed flower opening to the sunlight of spring. Abruptly, irresistibly, you feel yourself gripped in the throes of profound new knowledge. Charon's artworks are pointless and weird, but perhaps that's what gives them their charm. In such an uncertain and violent world, where troll calls troll, and where you might be trapped in an endless Sisyphean journey across the planet in search of new friends. For a brief moment, you can have this. You can stand here, awash and appreciative what the fuck at this masterpiece you've crafted out of a bunch of other people's trash, marveling at how you've birthed something greater than yourself. Sometimes, trash can be beautiful. You think you understand now. This is what Charon must have been endeavoring to teach you. You beam at them, glowing with the joy of your discovery. Yeah, sure. If you say so. Joy of rhyme. Boom. Oh my god. Wait. Damn. Okay, what happens if I pick the other ones now? Trun Krojib. They're interesting. Damn. They squint at you like you've taken some sort of issue. Or like they've taken some sort of issue with your comments. Have you managed to offend them? You thought you were being polite enough given the circumstances. Interesting. Is usually what people say when they have nothing better to say. Do you have a problem with making art out of trash? You shake your head rapidly, but the troll is already crossing their arms and shooting at you a disapproving look. I don't think I want to talk to you anymore. Oh no. Does that mean they're going to leave? And after you up and decided to try and add them to your ever-growing friend harem too? No. I'm tired. Oh. Okay then. They're just gonna kind of glower at you from the floor for a while until they get their strength back enough to leave? You assume. This definitely isn't awkward at all. Friend harem is crazy. That's just like normal friends though. That's just like that's what friends are. Your group of friends is your friend harem, right? And that's just normal. That's normal. Just being worded in a different way. Oh, fucking. I love this guy. Okay. Let's see what the next one is. 2 dots. Because it's all on you then. Probably want to take the lens back to their hive, right? I would, but I'm tired and hungry and yada yada. It's all the same stuff, did they? Yeah, okay. Why not look for more easily portable trash? Told you don't have friends, let alone friend harems. But he's not a you know, the guy I am. I'm not a troll. I'm a real person. That just makes more sense. Actually, you know what? No, I guess that'd be something different. Never mind. I was thinking about the idea that like some trolls do have friend harems, and no, they're just like followers of like a forced variety. Not slaves, but I can't think of the right term. Certain trolls definitely do have followers of a more forced variety. You are becoming more Alternian. Sure, this giant lens is pretty neat, but there's probably plenty of other cool stuff they could use that wouldn't be such a pain to move. Your new friend considers this, scratching their cheek. There is one place that I go to a lot for material. You nod. Maybe the two of you could go there. Then you could help. You'll even graciously hold onto the lens for them so they can come get it some other time. Okay. I would have to come back for it. Even if you hadn't said anything, though. hide behind this one? No. No cow. This no cow-like thing in this one. Oh! No. There's really nothing here. That's kind of lame. Yep. So, waterfall? Oh, fucking damn. They take you to a garbage dump. Or a river, to be completely accurate, which has plenty of garbage washed up on its shore. Something about the strength and direction of the river's current here seems to pull in the waste that's been dumped into it, concentrating the debris on this muddy patch of land. You're not sure what you expected, really. You had fleeting thoughts of a gleaming art supply store. Well, they did intimate that they work primarily with garbage. Here we are. You better not tell anyone about this place. It's a real treasure trove. They nail you with another intense stare. No, you say of course not. Their trash haven is safe with you. Satisfied, they pull up the bandana sitting around their neck and cover their nose and mouth. Looks like they're ready to get to work. You're not sure what you should be looking for, though. More discarded computer equipment? Or are they in more of a toilet paper roll and yogurt cup kind of mood? Whatever catches your eye. Oh, wait. Damn, that's good. That's way better than I thought. If you see anything, just shout. Now that they mention it, you never got their name. I'm Charon. If you have chitter, you could follow me. They hold out their hand for your palm husk. You hand it to them, and they fiddle with it for a second before returning it to you and try appeasing? I don't know that word. A little clicking around reveals that they're now in your chitter following list, but also that they've taken the liberty of downloading a new app, an app with a purple pink camera icon. And okay, you recognize this one as well, except on Alternia it's apparently called Pincer Spam. Searching their chitter handle leads you to their account on here, too. At least you think it's their account. Hard to tell from the profile picture, which is a blurry shot of one of their horns and the brim of their hats. Most of what you can see is sky. Maybe skimming their account will give you a better idea of their aesthetic. You scroll through photographs that are similarly enigmatic. An intense close-up of a sewer drain lid, the curve of a piece of ceramic, a pair of bees sniffing the camera. They've got quite the number of followers, despite the fact that nobody seems to know who they are and that they've never replied to comments. You've got a friend in common, too. User Tarava Streams for Sweeps has liked a slew of their most recent posts. None of this is very helpful. You also realize that you're standing here stalking your new friend on your phone like a creep when you could just, go talk to them some more. So you hurry off after them. By the time you catch up, they're squinting at something. What's that? Over there. You follow their gaze. It's a hideout of some kind, a small cave tucked into the rock. The two of you approach it curiously. Turan stoops to peer at something on the ground near its entrance, but you decide to venture further in. You think you might hear voices, and their sources become apparent once you've taken a few steps inside. Ajdaja? Oh. Shit. Fuck, how did I have a Daja sound? Was it just like... was just hmm, hmm. Who, hmm, who goes there? Who goes there? Yeah. Who goes there? Reveal yourself. Oh, it's just you. Back for round 2. I feel like this is way off. I don't know. I feel like this is the right one, but it feels like this is not what I did at all. The likelihood of this battle's outcome being anything other than me kicking your ass is exactly 0. Typically, this would be a massive waste of my time. But luckily for you, I have nothing better to do. Ashdaja surges forward, presumably to attack you, but any air of intimidation his little speech might have had is quickly diffused by Connell grabbing him firmly by the back of his coat and yanking him back. Daja, don't be rude. Daja shrugs Connell's hand away. The quiet sizzle of his psionics is like the hiss of a pissed-off cat. This is my dear Connell. This, my dear Connell, is merely smack talk. As a prince among my caste, rudeness is simply not a part of my repertoire. Connell just snorts. Well then, stop being a strife-hungry dick. My friend is delicate, okay? You protest that you aren't at all as delicate as the last time you'd run into each other. You've seen some shit. Adaja's sparky sigh nonsense doesn't scare you now. The two of them are too focused on each other to pay attention to you. You telling me not to fight for once is pretty rich. I don't think I feel the same as you. It's been too long since I've had someone to punch. Whose idea was it in the first place? To hold up in a trash dump for days. I've told you over and over that we are here because of our quarry is somewhere close. We just have to figure out exactly where. It's perfect. It's a perfectly rational plan. You would see that if you just think for a second. Yikes. You thought that maybe you could have a nice 3-way friend reunion, but they're too busy squabbling. Meanwhile, where had Charon gotten off to? You slink away from the escalating sniping, looking around for them. You're not entirely surprised you find them hunched over some objects on the ground poking at it. You know these two, you say to in a stage whisper, pointing in Connell and Dodge's direction. You could introduce them once they're not quite so much yelling going on. There's not so much yelling going on. Charon pulls down their bandana to answer. No thanks. I found something more interesting over here. They gesture at the object. This is a great find. I've never seen anything like it. I could make something amazing out of this. Oh, I skipped 2. You take a proper look at the object. It appears to be a miniature satellite dish with a few pipe cleaners sticking out of it. Unlike all this other stuff out here, though, this object is moving. The dish is rotating while a few lights glimmer softly at its base. You're pretty sure this isn't trash, and weren't Connell and Adaja just discussing tracking someone? Whatever this is, it probably belongs to them. Yeah, that's why. You've got to distract them so I can nab it. Okay, this is no longer scavenging, this is straight up thievery. He glanced at Connell and Ajdaja again. They're so preoccupied with arguing with each other that they haven't even looked your way. Once they realize the tracker is missing, they'll probably decide to go after Charon to get it back. If that happens, stall them so I can get away in time. This doesn't sit right with you. You don't want to screw your 2 other friends over, and the energy between them is so weird right now. The verbal sparring looks like a hair breadth away from the turning into physical sparring, but they also kind of look like they want to make out. Whatever's going on, you don't want to be caught in the middle of it. That, however, sounds exactly like what Sharam wants you to do. I'll make it up to you someday. Before you can make a decision, Sharon trucks the piece of tech under their arm. They take a running leap towards a fence that sections off this gross trash shore from the woods, vaulting over it in an impressive display of athletic prowess. You cringe. Sharon is really leaving you in the lurch here. This is not the kind of thing a good friend would do. But then maybe you were never really friends in the first place. Fuck, damn. I'm not built for this. I can't hospitize. Oh my god. Oh, damn. They're such a good pairing. This is good. Boom. Oh my god. Dun 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 dun. Oh, she is. There he is. Now time to see what this Diary of the Wimpy Kid thing was about. Wanshi Adyada. You're made for friendship only. Oh, well. Oh, they got like other horns. Oh, wait. How many trolls had like. Straight. I think it was straight. I guess not straight. It's more curly, I guess. More like probably more of a wavy hair than like a straight hair. All their hair is. Straight. Oh yeah. They're all like slightly wavy. Oh, so this is the first one like different hair. Oh. I remember nothing about Charon. He seemed like a semi-forgettable character. Hmm. I hope this doesn't reference Diary of the Wimpy Kid because I've read one Diary of the Wimpy Kid book when I was like, fuck, I don't know how old I was. When did Diary of the Wimpy Kid come out? Like, it wasn't when they came out. It was quite a bit after that. First book release date. Yeah, I probably read the one book in 2010 when I was a kid. Maybe. How many books are there? Book count. 20 main books? What does it mean, main books? There's spin-offs? Oh, there are spin-offs. Wait. Oh, wait. This is going to be in the way. Okay, so. Hold on. Sorry. I'm like. Okay, so. I read the first book when this book came out, I think. Because everybody. I remember. Not everybody. I remember a lot of people that I knew being really excited for Cabin Fever to come out. Jeez. How'd bro go to high school for 20 years? Fuck. Does each book go over a year? Damn. And then The awesome friendly kid. Oh, it's like a second one. More of that. Okay, here we go. Here are the other books, the spin-off books. Or are these just? Yeah. Okay. Oh, Disney. Oh, there's special Disney books. Okay. Wow. Appearances. What do you mean appearance? There's a tour going on. There's a world tour going on. I remember most of them covered a year, but some might only cover summer or something. It's a world tour. I only read like three. Oh, that's three times more than me. Istanbul, Rome, Berlin, Croatia. I guess like European tour, right? Yeah. Well, it's pretty standard tour. But this idea is so like does it cost? Oh wait, that's 20. Oh, these are all over. Okay, that was last year. Okay, oh, what can you buy from this guy? Ding. Okay. I'm gonna get off this. Actually, okay. Going back to this. I was just astonished that there are 20 books. Okay, watch she. Hey, now that you've gone and thought about the concept of purpose, you might as well make one up for yourself. You turn your walk towards the book hive. A handful of your friends hang out in there, and there are a few rooms that are generally pretty danger free, so why not? It's a little difficult to make yourself walk past the spookier rooms, but you manage to avoid the siren song of the brain room once more. Your destination tonight is the room you usually watch your teal friends do homework in. It's understandable after your office experience with Tirona. Or wait, no, Tyrona? What did I call her? Something. Why this is their neutral meeting ground. Unfortunately, a casual stroll through the stacks uncovers no friends at all. Damn. You consider trying out a higher stakes local locale when wait, you see a shoe peeking out from one of the bigger hexagonal book hole things? Shelves? It really doesn't maximize space to have shelves shaped like this. Or like that. Whatever. If you get caught up in trying to make paltry shit like troll bookshelves make sense, you'll drive yourself to madness before you can figure out this shoe belongs to someone you know. You walk toward it. The shoe is revealed to be on the strut pod of a troll whose head is barely peeking over a book. And nope, a jade. But not one of your friends. Whoever is curled up smaller in the hexagon, bury your face deeper into the scribbled journal of a cullable wiggler. Wimpy and cullable. Those are the. Okay. Those are some synonyms. Okay. Scribbled journal. That's a diary. I like that. I like that. You're gonna start calling people cullable. No, that means something worse in our in human, in normal people actually. I can't use that term ever. Sad. It's not the most inviting posture. To be sure, the polite thing to do would be to keep moving. Probably, but you feel a little off about that. You gently nudge your foot into hers where it still peeks out of the shelf and ask if she's okay. It'll clear your conscience if nothing else. The book lowers. I'm great. Just on the journey of imagination through classic literature. Nothing to see here. Aw, man, it's another kid. You know young trolls have to handle themselves as much as older ones, but as well acquainted as you are with the facade of pretending you're exactly where you're supposed to be, you get the feeling she's not exactly telling the truth. So you're equipped to help. Plus, it's not like you haven't befriended a few tween sweep equivalents here on Alternia already. You successfully didn't get murdered by amnesia, and you did a passable job befriending Torona and Karako. Though, sometimes you wake up shaking, the remnants of dreams where you failed them on loop in your brain where they... You shake that horror from your mind and try to look as non-threatening as possible. Not that it's particularly hard for you as you speak. Ask her if Brania is around. Did she come here with someone? Brania, maybe? You know Jades her age aren't really supposed to be out about outside the caverns. Oh, I see. You're a snitch. You're a snitch. Once you out, you Damn. Ooh woo. With that, she tucks her legs up against her and rolls out of the shelf with the agility only youth can manage and takes off between the stacks. You chase after her, but wherever her next hiding spot is must be even better. Eventually, you give up. Youth roll! Okay, I was scared they weren't gonna say that. Let's go. Oh, actually, wait, do I have that saved? I don't know if I have it saved. I was doing a thing where I was looking at some of my favorite Homestuck panels, and I was like, do a little like quick thing, looking at a lot of my favorite Homestuck panels, and then I also realized a lot of my favorite Homestuck panels involve the same few characters. I just think these characters. I think some characters just get better panels in general than others. Airden actually surprisingly has some of the coolest panels, I feel. Like, yeah. Well, let me talk about this real quick. Like, I feel like Airden has some cool ass panels, but it's Airden, so you can't really like can't vibe with it as well. It's just nature. It's just natural. Oh, bring it up to the other window, not this window. That's sad. And it's gonna do that every time. That sucks. Yeah. I think it's just some of the cooler panels. I guess these could also be a Kanaya panel, but Airden focused, right? It's cool. I like it a lot. And then this is probably one of my favorite Vriska panels. I know, Vriska. It's all I ever think about. I like this panel a lot. It's like the probably the first one you actually see like the vibes of her like loneliness. I like this one a lot. Good panel. Back to this. Youth roll. What's the end message? No end message. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Airden aura farming Empora. Shit. The purpose. Friendship. Boom. Good Vriska panel indeed. No, I can't go on about the panels. I was doing something. I went through like I need to go through more panels. I went through like 7,000 panels or 6,000 panels. I got like 1,000 to go from base where I'm at. Trying to figure out what my favorites actually are of like just the art themselves, or the panels themselves, not the text or the page at the panel. Ask her if she's seen the brain room. You still get the feeling she might need some help, so you ease into it. Maybe she'll open up a bit as you talk. You tell her this book hive has a huge gallery full of brains and jars, if she wants to go check it out. Oh, hello? What's a brain? Hello, what's a brain?
Hello?
I gotta say oh well like that, but I gotta lock this one in.
Hello? What's up, brain? I want to see you.
She unfolds herself from her hiding spot, brushing invisible dust off her skirt. As she stands up, she rocks back on her heels and cocks her head, her locks bouncing against her shoulders. Oh, I didn't think about that. I guess it makes more sense. Maybe she's probably like a. I wonder if she's like another one of the like Karako or whatever. That's not meant to be out because of her hair and her horns are not even. But other people have like uneven horns. So I guess maybe she's just a normal one. A normal one. She's normal like. I don't know. I guess. I have to assume. I guess she's like a one of the ones that would get cold normally. Mutated one, kinda. I don't know.
I'm Wanchi. Also, I know who you are. If you were wondering. Also, I know who you are. If you were wondering, I wouldn't go wandering off with just anyone, quest for brains or not. I may be only 5.5 sweeps, but I'm not stupid. Ooh.
5.5 sweeps. So they're 11, right? In our time, right? Is it? It's 2 years per sweep, right? Not 3. Yeah, two. I feel confident in that. She seems less afraid, but she still got a nervous edge to her voice. So you try to be a force of calm, a real motherfucking Glade plugin of Zen, stinking up the place with your chill vibes. Just because she's like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah. 11, yeah. You walk together towards the atrium, making small talk on the way. You apologize if you made it seem like she didn't look like she belonged here. You're just not used to seeing young Jade outside the caverns. It's 2.17 or something. Okay. She side-eyes you like she's weighing the implications of what you just said. Ooh, shit.
Okay, I see. No use trying to fool you. I may have done a small jailbreak.
Oh. Do they not have enough books in the caverns or something? She brushes you off in favor of her own question. I coughed. Boom.
Of course we have books. You didn't answer me before. What's a brain?
13 years equals 6 sweeps. So she's a bit younger than Karkat somehow. Huh. I think saying ooh and whatnot is kind of like kind of makes sense now. Like a little makes a little more sense thinking of them like being closer to like 13, right? So being like 12ish, a little over 12, in the 12 range, right? Around 12. Cause I was an annoying kid in like this time, but it might also just be like a random like miss thing in here. What? Yeah, tiny. I guess kids are just tiny. How tall is Karkat? I don't know about trolls.
You didn't answer me.
Oh shit. Oh, wait, hold on. Ignore that. Damn. Damn, they're tiny too. Oh wait. What's that supposed to be? Is that like a lock? Does this slide open? What's this do? I don't know. This one right here is a baddie, though. I'm gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say with that topic, though. He's like, almost 12. I'll go check official heights. Down. The fucking guesstimations, bro. Oh, right. You round the curve of the room and point in the window. Think pans.
Oh, oh.
On her tiptoe, she peeks into the bottom of the window.
I've never seen one up close before.
She tries the door handle, but it's still as locked as it always was. She looks at you expectantly.
Well, can we go in or what?
A surly-eyed guard starts, no, not so subtly, watching you, drumming her fingers on the handles of her mace. Ah, Globes, you were trying so hard to be cool and approachable that you fucked up and forgot that this room was off limits. Taking a kid to break and enter is, well, it's pretty much par for the course. Actually, it's not what you meant to be doing. Ugh, now you saw it, looking only, and now you're done. Great, time to move along.
Lame.
Once she doesn't pick up the danger behind her, even with your hard speech, you change the subject to why she broke out of the caverns, if not for more books, and start walking, hoping she'll follow you. She doesn't.
Oh, I was trying to get to BeastCon. BeastCon. It's a convention for all kinds of cool stuff, but I want to go for the Soldier Per Beast meetup.
Soldier Per Beast. Car on the old brick, but 60 inches, whatever that means. Fuck. I'm an idiot. Was that like 5 something, right? That's how tall is this person then? They're just tiny. Looking at least, I don't know. BeastCon for the Soldier Per Beast meetup.
My fanfic is pretty popular. Ooh. I have a lot of fans going, and I thought maybe I could make friends with some of them. But I don't know where anything is out here, so I got lost.
He takes a breath and a step, finally, but then stops and clasps her hands together.
Oh.
The guard starts walking. You eyeball the exits, all the way down the curved staircase. You could make it, but you can't just leave her here to take the fall. Wanshi keeps talking, oblivious.
Linera is always complaining about how you're everyone's best friend and how you know so much. Do you know where the con is? Oh, we could go together.
The guard gets closer. You gotta make a decision and fast. Pretend to take her? You've heard the con she's talking about. You were thinking of going with Tagiri and Palipa. Anyway, but the list of activities seemed a little too dangerous, honestly. These past few months, you've been up to your ass in close calls, and you'd quite frankly like to cut back on them, including, the one your ass is currently embroiled in. Also, before I vanish, Soldier Per Beast. It was a warrior cat? What the fuck is a warrior cat? Oh, wait, I've looked this up. Okay, never mind. I've had this exact conversation. Yes, I have. Okay. Never mind. I looked up warrior cats and there's a lot of purple clicks, links. I've looked at it because we were talking about it. I remember now. You make some non-committal noise as you work out how to tell her. Once she crosses her arms and leans back against the brain room door, which the guard really does not like if her increased speed in mace brandishment is any indication. Okay, okay. Yeah, you say. Let's go right now. Your hype is contagious, even though you're completely faking it. She claps and bounds behind you down the stairs. A quick tuck at her wrist pulls her out of the mace trajectory as the guard chucks it at you. From above, it thuds mightily against the wall by the door, and you both make it outside unbloodied. Checking behind you to confirm you're not being followed, you don't stop running till you're both safely around the corner. Wanchi giggles through catching her breath.
Wow, that was a close one. Librarians, am I right?
She grins and takes your hand.
Can you believe we only just met and we're having bonding hijinks? I didn't think making a friend would be so simple. I can't wait to hang out even more at the con.
Ah, her smile is a knife in your pusher. She's so excited about your buddy friendship, and here you are, gutlessly hiding the fact that you have no intention of taking her from one dangerous situation to another. Maybe you would have agreed if you were in a braver mood, but you just don't know if you're up for more life or death babysitting adventures right now. What should you do? What you should do is probably get her home. Don't tell her any of this, of course. Instead, you agree and check Gorgle maps. The con is down the road to the left, and the caverns are to the right. Leading her straight back home would be too obvious, so you take a meandering route. Everything you pass seems to impress her. The frankly bonkers range of architecture styles, the shivery carnivorous plants, the burned out wreckage of someone's hive, and the flickering starlight all around. She is observing a worm crossing the sidewalk. Out here, exposed, all squishy and brave. Oh, whoa. When you point out a cool rock, eager to keep her wonderment going.
Really?
He puts her hand on her cocked hip.
You think we don't have rocks in the caverns? Try harder.
She rolls her eyes at you, and she's still grinning. You accept the challenge and tell her there's something she's definitely never seen up ahead.
Bring it.
You lead the way. It's been a hot minute since you've been back over here. You're interested to see it again. Still, this side jaunt feels like delaying the inevitable. You know she's going to be pissed at you when she realizes you tricked her, but you can't help wanting to show off more cool stuff while you can. Anything to see that wide-eyed appreciation for any tiny new thing. It's still there. What's left of your spaceship comes into view as you round the bend. There really isn't that much left to show off, but Wanchi is still into it. She runs over and starts inspecting the rubble. You wonder what happened to the freshly missing parts. Maybe Vicari has come back to scavenge some more. Shit. Vicari? Vicura? You haven't talked to that guy in forever. You vow to text him later tonight, but you still feel guilty. It's hard to juggle all these beautiful friends, even with how vicariously you crave them. You want to be good for everyone. But there are so many things that can mean, and you've never stopped feeling like you're treading water. Once she emerges from the hull, clambering up on top of the black metal box and waving around some inscrutable rusty bullshit.
Hello? There are many fiddly little parts. This was how you got me here?
Oh, you got here? She observes you for a second or two, then nods her approval. Who's this goober?
Wanchi. That's pretty cool.
Any old idiot can wreck a spaceship. It takes someone with brains to break out of the brooding caverns.
Well, when you put it that way, you're completely right, Uwu.
She winks and pockets some of the pieces.
Are you ready to keep moving? I don't want to miss the meetup, and it's happening right after horse-running jousting, which it should be ending pretty soon.
Oh, this is such a hard route for me to take. You're not sure what to tell her. For some reason, Vicary won't leave your mind. Your sorry ass hasn't managed to keep up with all your friends you did earn. Maybe it's for the best you're deciding to take her home. Her safety is more important than her liking you. You sigh and start to fess up. Even if she left here now, you're far enough away from the con grounds that she'd miss it. You were afraid to go, afraid she'd run off if you didn't stick with her, afraid of not knowing what to do next.
You. What? You made me miss my one chance to do something fun for a change. Just because you're too much of a scaredy beast to go to a fun nerd party.
It wasn't just that. You also wanted to keep her safe to take her home. She stomps her foot in frustration, tears forming in the corners of her eyes.
Why do you think you can just make decisions for other people? Why don't you go home if it's so great?
Your mouth shuts, words gone. She follows your gaze back to the wreck of your only shot out and winces.
I didn't mean. I know you can't. I just wanted.
She sits down in the grass, defeated. You sit too. A ginger distance away. Oh. No, her anger is fair. God, this sucks. You hadn't meant to deprive someone of a small joy here on this bitch of an Alternia.
Yeah, it's the worst.
She sighs and runs her claws along the tops of the spiny purple grass. After a few minutes of silence, she speaks.
It's too late to do anything about it now. I'm still super angry with you, but I'm glad you were honest, I guess, even if it took you too long. I'm not used to people being straight with me. I feel like the older everyone gets, the more they lie, or at least the more annoying it is that they don't expect you to notice when they're lying. Not that I can super tell how old you are. Your alien physiology is a little inscrutable, but you know, more or less.
Your palm husk buzzes, interrupting your train of thought. You both look at your two new texts. I don't got my guy for this. Oh my god. Oh shit.
Are you sure you still don't want to join? Things are beginning to get interesting over here, and you may have the privilege of seeing me at peak performance if you come by.
Stay put. There's a chloro bear on the loose. I don't want you to stay put. There's a chloro bear on the loose. I want you already very long casualty list.
You do a quick gorgle, and holy shit, social media is on fire with the news of a con attraction getting free and mangling attendees left and right. The familiarly ghostly feeling of a near miss shivers down your back.
Wow.
Her eyebrows pull together as she works through the images she's seeing on the screen and what it could have meant for her. She is still a little teary from before.
I guess. Thanks. Not that you did it on purpose, but I guess maybe it worked out okay. I do love not being trampled, but it still sucks that I didn't get to go make friends.
You don't want to be too presumptuous, especially after all that, but maybe this day might still be salvageable, new acquaintance wise. While she blinks back at her disappointment, puts on an attempt at a smile.
Maybe as we'll see. As well as see.
What was she gonna do with her new friends? Maybe on your way back to the caverns, you guys could talk about the soldier per beast, or scary horse jousting, or whatever else she wanted to do there. She stands up and crosses her arms, looking you over, her smile turning real.
You think you've got what it takes to roleplay?
You stand up too. You're super cool with roleplay. You've basically been doing that since you've landed. So what's the deal again? You ask as you start walking her home. Magic cats?
Magic? What are you? Some kind of wiggler? There's no magic in soldier per beasts.
She rolls her eyes at you and then hunches her shoulders, claws spread, eyes darting from bush to bush along the sidewalk ahead of you.
Unless you mean power of your own wits, sorcery of all your senses aligning at once as you get ready to pounce, the hypnotic spell-like rhythm of your own pleasure beating at the time with your praise.
She straightens up and grins.
That kind of stuff. Oh. Anyway, it's really fun. Let's play.
She's bounced back so fully. You get the feeling that not many people indulge her in this. It reminds you of your younger self, and your heart crunches up a little bit. Fuck yeah, let's play. You mean heck. Heck yeah.
Don't patronize me.
Fuck yeah. Wanchi giggles.
Fuck. Yes. Yeah.
They draw so adorable.
Okay, so little lost you can get me from a space cast. Let's call you Twinkle Pa. I'll be Wild Wisp from the Solar Glare clan. Ooh.
She clearly seems to think you should be impressed or intimidated by this, but you don't really know what's going on, so you nod. Twinkle Pa. Got it.
So you'll stumble upon me while I'm taking down a nut creature, scaring it away with your incompetence. Sound good?
She peppers her walk with skips, talking up a invertible storm of world building. Her voice gets low and rumbly when she quits setting the scene and gets into character.
Little one, what do you think you're doing setting strut paw in our territory? You've managed to make me lose my creature face. What do you have to say for yourself?
Ah, fuck, it's your turn. You didn't see where you were going. You're sorry, though. You know how hard it is to come by a good meal.
Fool! You think me so poor a tracker that I am hurt by such a loss? I can find another. I find offense only in that you clearly do not respect the bond between hunter and hunted. You blunder in and interrupt the sacred rhythm of my fangs, its neck, or its claws, my face. Now, neither of us can know who would have prevailed.
Ah, jeez. You're still, like, really sorry about your strut paws. You're constantly sticking those into other people's sacred dances. Maybe there are some more nut guys over there? When she stops walking and gives you a withering look. Is that really the best you could do? No. You'll try again. How dare this purpose accuse you of such a thing? Your intentions are as noble as the wild pusher that thumps in your bone cabinet. Once she pounces, hand and fists grinning.
Hello? A little more over the top and not really a StarCast approach, but you're getting there. A little over the top.
You practice finding your soldier's characterization sweet spot as you walk her home. You take the most direct route, but you let her stop to explain Kirby's grooming habits to breathe in the rotting perfume of a flower and to appreciate another sidewalk braving worm. Eventually you reach the cave entrance, you know. And standing under its eave is Lynera, a very pissed off looking Lynera, which isn't your favorite mode for that particular friend. I actually didn't do this person, did I? Damn. I actually gotta think of a spot on the spot now.
Where have you been? I said I'd be back. Hey, go run off and leave me to make excuses for you. Well, I'm back now, so you can get over it. I know you won't tell. You don't want Bronya to know you lost track of me. Oh. Watch yourself.
Fuck. Damn, I messed that one up so bad. Lynera glares fireballs at her and then turns to you, softening the tiniest of bits.
Thanks for bringing the short one back. Do you want to come in?
You appreciate her politeness, but nah. You should go and let the Jade settle down and everything. Plus, you have another friend you need to check up on. Before you can say anything, tell Wanshi about how you hope she ends up having an okay time. She scurries off to the corner, calling back over her shoulder.
Wait, I have something I want to give you before you go.
So you wait. Linnea keeps looking at you, arms still crossed.
You better be glad she's okay. If she got hurt, I could never. I mean, I would be in so much trouble.
Oh my god.
You
don't have to call her on secretly caring because Wanshi comes running back with something in her hands, her hair bouncing behind her.
Here, read this. Then maybe when you come back to visit me, you'll be a little more informed about Soldier Purpose universe. Ooh. I only have one person to play with here, and he usually pretends he's too cool. Like he doesn't obviously love Purpose cast drama.
She bows a little as she offers you the book. It is tattered with love.
It's my personal copy, but I think I can trust you with it, Twinkle Paw. What do you say, Oh?
You clutch it to your chest and tell her you will guard it with all your honor and Spitfire Star cast has to its hallowed name. Book buddies! Oh my god. That was good. Okay. Now it's time to go see the exhibit issue. Boom. 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 You work with a purpose. Yes, I know. I am purpose. Have you seen the brain room? Take her. Anything to get you both out of here. Grabbing her hand, you say you know the way and make a run for the door. She whoops and scurries down the stairs behind you. A quick glance back at the guard, taking your hand off the mace, reassures you that you are moving fast enough. Once you're around the corner from the book hive, you stop and catch your breath.
What's up now? Lead the way, alien friend.
You wave her enthusiasm off. She's out of breath herself. She can hold her hoof beast for a minute while you locate your fucking bearings and think. You looked this con up earlier when Tagari and Palipa invited you. They had said it was fun, that the death toll was high enough to be interesting, low enough to be manageable, and that you'd be safe with them. Still, you'd chickened out. You guess changing your mind and going could be okay? You're definitely anxious about bringing Wanshi along, but it seems like she's hell-bent on attending anyway. So maybe the best thing you can do is be a responsible chaperone. Plus, none of your friends make you feel better protected than Palipa. Google Maps says it's not far. Welp, you've dealt with plenty of dangerous clusterfucks before, so what's one more? You're a regular Galgory of bullshit scenarios. Pile those sumbitches on. You bow as you gesture down the sidewalk that will lead you towards the outskirts of town. Wanshi curtsies, and follows your direction. It seems like she doesn't need you to come up with things to talk about. She's like a chatty sunflower, pulled toward the bright newness of everything she sees, and chock full of commentary about all of it.
Wow. I've read about moonlight, but seeing it makes everything glow is totally different. Oh, look at the dew, on this prickle frond. If you get up close and look, you can see the reflection of your own eye in the moon's.
You do as she does, and damn if it ain't a bunch of orbs reflected back at you, floating on the curve of purpley green meniscus? Psh. Her curiosity isn't overwhelming or draining in the slightest. You tell her it's kind of nice, actually, to meet someone else who has experienced this place for the first time.
Yeah, the caverns are fine, but there's so much to see out here. Oh, everyone else sneaks out. I don't know why it took me so long to try. No, actually, I do. Getting in trouble sucks, and I hate it. But it worked out. Here we are experiencing it all together.
Yeah, you can feel your anxiety lifting just a little. Just the part that's applicable to this particular situation. Still, that's a win. Walking and talking and taking the night in the night makes time pass quickly. You ask her how she ended up in the book hive to begin with.
I snuck out when Monero was supposed to be giving me some boring J duty lessons. But with he yelling, I don't have a palm hose, so I couldn't look up the con once I was away from my housetop. I just wanted till I gave up and found up the book hive.
That's a powerful nerd homing beacon she must have. Wanchi flexes. Shit.
You know it. You know it.
Damn. You smell what's around the corner before you see it, having sidestepped your fair share of corpses in your travels, and had your hand in creating a few more. You know how to prepare yourself, Wanchi, on the other hand. You know the brooding caverns aren't some diaper baby summer camp of innocence, but you're also not sure how Visera she may be or not have seen. I'm like so bad at reading. No matter your respective levels of gore viewing experience, you both stop short when it comes into view.
Whoa.
She takes a tentative step towards the left to of the troll and then retreats, hovering close to you. It feels like you should keep moving, like you should avert your eyes and carry on or whatever the fuck before drones come by to clean up, but she's still staring. Her steps, when she finally takes them, are soft. She crouches down and leans in with reverent scrutiny.
It looks different. Not in a jar.
You wonder to yourself, as she shakily takes it all in, if bloodthirstiness is a trait only certain trolls are born with, or if they have it ground into them by necessity, by expectation, by entitlement, by fear. Next, because your brain is wired around itself, you wonder the same about humans. Wanchi doesn't look away for a while. You go over and put your hand on her shoulder, and she stands up and walks away with you. There's no ceremony to it, no placing of leaves over the remains, no prayer.
I don't get it.
He doesn't finish your sentence. He takes your hand and pulls you back in the direction you were walking. She looks confused, like she's still trying to work out what she just saw. You guess you could have given her more time to process it, but you're not sure comprehending death is really a thing that you can just figure out in the wilderness with an alien in one night. After a few minutes of silence, you point out that the call of some flat beast, and she mimics it and smiles. Soon after, the pointy-topped tents of the con rise over the horizon. Wanchi starts running, dragging you behind.
Oh shit. Here we come.
She's vibrating out of her skin. You're basically doing the same, though it's less of an excitement thing and more of an emotional whiplash thing. Whatever, you can work with that. You attempt to dig into the new vibes as you walk up to the gates. There are vendors and artists and trolls all around. It's like some unholy combination of anime con and Renaissance fair, but with more people walking around sporting recently inflicted limps. In an attempt not to focus on that, you look around for your other friends and ask her what she's excited to see and do here before her meetup starts. Does she want snacks? It looks like there are snacks.
Yeah, I could want some frazzle saturine fluff candy in a bit. But yeah, there's a lot to do. Hello. There's the Clover writing, the cosplay competition, the...
Okay, hold on. I want to look at this real quick. This is nice. Oh shit, that's that jousting they're talking about, huh? Fuck, I was just at an anime con. Oh my gosh. Was that 2 weeks ago? That was 2 weeks ago. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's a nice look. I like this. Oh. You cut her off. Doesn't she mean cosplay? There are trolls you think might be in cosplay, or maybe that's just like how some trolls dress.
Yeah, there's that too, if you don't want to get your claws too bloody.
Ah, jeez. There's the old nerves coming back. You really hope that bringing her here was okay. There are other young trolls roaming around, so you're probably good. You try not to think of the body you saw as an omen. There are bodies all over the place here in Alternia. You pull out your plum husk and consider your friends. You could message Palipa or Tagiri to see where they're at, but your thumb gravitates towards Brania's right profile. Right when you decide you're being dumb and pocket your phone, a lot happens at once. Once she starts to pull you towards a dude in a utility kilt handing out flyers. A bowel rendering sound rends well your bowels, and then a massive armored bear with huge beefy bicep hurtles through the grounds, hollering and grinding tents and congoers alike into bent, splintered pulp. Jesus. Once she stares, frozen as the beast rampages towards you both. Jeez. Oh.
Oh no.
She whimpers and looks at you, comprehension and fear etched into her features. You did this. You brought her here. You let this happen to her, and she knows it. You picture 100 outcomes. 1,000,000. You want to work towards the end you see where you save everyone who hasn't already gotten squished. Are you elected Grand Human, and no one ever gets fucking trampled again? But there's no time for that one. Instead, you pick up Wanshi, give her a quick hug, and throw her into the closest bush with what's left of your adrenaline-filled noodle arm strength. You reach for the handle of a katana from a vendor's rack and hope to fuck it's not only for display. You've never felt less prepared to take something on your life. You've never felt more sure you had to. In the end, it's no choice at all. The beast charges you, teeth bared, the rainbow bloodied. You hold your position, pinky and ring finger tight near the bottom of the handle like Tagiri taught you. When it leaps at you, tackling you to the ground, you bury the blade into its chest. The Chlora bear lays on top of you. The last of its life twitches out of it as it presses your life out of your lungs in return. You're through your darkening vision and under the fury, dead weight pinning you to the ground. The furry deadweight pinning you to the ground. You see her from the edge of the woods, eyes wide and watery with understanding. Once she picks herself up. Oh. Holy fuck. Damn. Damn. I like that one a lot, actually. I like. R.I.P. me, you, all of us. Damn. That was a fun one. Damn, that one might have actually like been better than Diamond. Yeah. I like that one. I think that might be my favorite one now. I don't know. There's something about like child wonderment. Like there's something about it like kids experiencing new things and just being so like full of I don't know. I guess I don't know the words I want to use. Like I know them, but I can't think of them. It's fun. Hmm. Gorgor's still good though. Gorgor's was this top tier actually. Fuck, Gorgor's good. Oh wait, shit, this guy was in the Gorgor one. Damn. This was the one he was talking about texting, right? Or did I get it mixed up with someone else? Yeah, it was this guy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. How do I? Is there a main menu? There's a main menu button. Yeah. Huh. 142. I think I might start like closing the stream down here. I think 2 is good for a good off day. 30's an off day. So, yeah. That was pretty good. I like both of them. A fair amount. I do think the one with like the one with I forgot her name already. Oh my god. I can't. There's no way I forgot their name this soon. It was. It's coming to me. It's coming to me. I gotta like think. Um, we got Charun and fuck. Um, I don't want to cheat. What was her name again? I was too distracted by the Diary of the Wimpy Kid book. I can't remember. I gotta cheat. I gotta look at what her name was. Awanchi. Okay, I was never gonna get that in a million years. Even though I said it a gajillion times. Twas never going to. Wait a second. One. DA. That that's not what the book's called. Wow. Right? No, wait, is it? Bro? Yeah. Hmm. That doesn't say scribble journal. Does it? No, all right. Oh, that can't be right at all. Damn. Wow. Immersion broken. My immersion broke. Damn. Damn. Might be something like writings of a cult of Wiggler or something like that. Scribble journal of a cult of Wiggler. Yeah, but no way that says it on that book. My immersion is broken. I can't believe this. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Man. Oh, okay. Let's see. What's the plan for this week? We're going to continue Homestuck on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Wow, wow. Doing Tuesdays throwing me off for like a little bit. What did we leave off at again? It was like end of Act 6, Act 6, Act. Oh, intermission 2. Okay, not Act 2. We already finished Act 2 of Act 6, Act 6. Yeah. So we'll be starting Act 6, Act 6, Act 3 tomorrow. And this is actually where one of my lads left off at when they were younger. They never read past the point that I read last stream. And I think I might have convinced them to like get with me. We'll try to get to the end of intermission 3, right? It says Act 3. I don't know if there's another intermission, but it was, whatever my lads tell me. This one's I'm gonna try to treat this one a little different because I think it'll be fun to get one of my lads who didn't finish Homestuck in, who stopped at this point, to get them into it with me, so we could both experience the magic of the ending, which I assume is in I don't know. How many pages are there to Homestuck? I don't know how many pages there are. It could be a gajillion pages for all I know. It could be like probably at least 700 pages probably left. Maybe 1,000. I don't know when it ends. So there's like I hear there's like 8,000 ish pages, maybe not closer to 9,000 maybe. And 1901. Damn. Okay, still quite a bit left to go. Yeah, so it'll be fun to have another person on the journey. I'm about 1K away. Okay. Yeah. To check where we. I'll have to check where we are. What? That's the play. Get going on that. Um. Fuck. I am. Damn. I'm not ready for the next bit. I don't. I'm really not. I can imagine waiting a year though. No. I read Hunter x Hunter. I can 100% understand waiting a year plus. Oh. Hmm. But Homestuck is shortish, and the intermission might be long if I remember. Hmm. I'll find out when I find out. It'll be interesting. It'll be good. And was there anything else I needed to say? I think for Homestuck wise, that was all I need to say, at least for this stream. Hopefully, I'm able to get some stuff going on with a friend if they're able to join for some bit. Um, they were actually gonna be here for a little bit other things, but I actually like stream Homestuck on their like on some days they had things committed to already. They like are part of some sort of like league of sorts, and they do something every Wednesday during my stream time. And I think yeah, but other than that, it should be pretty good. Pretty getting back into the swing of things. When I say back, I guess we'll be or been back in the swing of things. We'll be getting into it. So I don't know. We'll probably keep the Tuesday thing here a little longer just to get through some more Homestuck faster because I really do want to get the HIVESWAP Act 2 as soon as possible, maybe. Because I expect that game to take me like probably like 30 hours or plus or something. I kind of play games a little slower. I don't know if you seen my clip of me trying Silk Song out for the first time. I spent like a long time doing nothing just 'cause I thought it'd be fun and just get used to the controls. But I don't really play video games very often, like platformers of the sort, like Metrovanias and whatnot. So I had to get used to how like a game felt a little bit. It felt weird getting into it. So you just see me doing a lot of nothing, and I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. I looked like somebody who just never touched a controller in my mind at certain points. I was like, what am I doing? Well, that was fun, funny in a sense. And yeah. And then I posted the other things with it. Just I think there's a few people talking about Silk Song, and I felt kind of rude just buying it and then trying it out, and I was like, oh, maybe I should at least show some of myself playing it in a sense. But, but yeah. And now I'm gonna really end stream here. This is the last bit, so like normal, like always, I should say. Thanks for being around. Thanks for hanging out, and bye.